Hi, this video is all about prevention in oral health. As a dentist, I can remember having my own teeth taken out, and then when I was in my early 20s, taking out lots of children's teeth under general anaesthetic. It's a deeply traumatic experience for all of us, and it's deeply upsetting to be leaving the profession probably in a worse state than it's ever been. The numbers keep increasing, and why is that? Is there something that we can do about it? I think we can. And this is it. All we have to do is just change our perspective a bit. Our money tree is called prevention. And we know it should work because the government have lots of quangos set up that regularly look into the advantages of prevention. It's just a shame they don't implement it. Water fluoridation was considered in the 50s and implemented by both Britain and the States in the 60s. You can see the change in decay rate. The States is a lot more because they implemented the fluoride policy a lot better. We did it in the UK in a few areas. And I grew up here in Anglesey, where they divided the island into two for those who got the fluoridated water and those that didn't. And those that had the fluoridated water had less than half the fillings of those that were in the control zone. They had some admin cock-up back in the 90s and stopped fluoridating the water, and so this is the result now. It's an appalling mistake, but on a positive note, at least we know fluoride works. And you can press pause now just to see what the government states within this large report. And water fluoridation is mentioned in this document. They're going to discuss it again. This seems to serve no purpose other than finance the people who make these reports. In theory, there is a procedure for water fluoridation to occur, but with governments they tend to pass it down to local government, who pass it on to a smaller division, who pass it on to a smaller office, that eventually ends up at the water board. Local water board are potentially paid by the government tool showing the savings that could occur if the water was fluoridated, but it goes back through this chain of offices and committees, and it's so complex that it's never implemented. But if there's a problem, it's always the small person who gets the blame. Our money pays for our health service, so if we put a little bit of money in, the rewards at the end are really good with prevention. But you can see the same is true in reverse when it comes to the cure. We pile money in and get very little out. And since 2006, instead of implementing the fluoride, the contract we had made it uneconomical to employ hygienists. So as an individual, I'd advise you join a preventive plan at your local dentist, and for society, I'd lobby your MP, because water fluoridation helps protect those that are most vulnerable, which are children in deprived areas. And for prevention to work on an individual basis, please download my app and press squeeze me on the front page to see how it works. And I'd like to trust Boris to cut through all the red tape and get water fluoridation done. Unfortunately, we won't be able to reduce the levels to this, and it's because of a different insidious disease that affects everybody in lots of ways. This chap warned us over 2,000 years ago, and I was reminded by this woman last week. She's been a dentist longer than me, and listen to the talk, and do you trust her? I do.